I'm showing you a simple workflow to keep your vertical content sharp after upload, and how I automate the entire process. I shot this in 4K, but these exact same principles apply to any long-form recording you plan to convert. The goal is to make 2 different vertical exports to see the platform compression difference clearly. First, I set my timeline to 1080x920, so the image crops perfectly for shorts and reels viewing. I center the action, tweak the framing to the best spot, and then lock that composition in place. Remember, mobile platforms crush contrast and soften fine detail during their re-encoding process. Because of this, I add a very subtle touch of sharpening before rendering to counteract that coming softness. In the color page, I add just a tiny bit of radius sharpening to the main timeline node. This nudge is just enough to preserve essential details like skin texture through compression. That simple pre-sharpened step often fixes that mushy, washed-out look compression leaves behind. For the control export, I use the standard MP4 with H.264, limiting the bitrate to about 8,000 kbps. I export that first to serve as my safe standard file to compare against my optimized version. My better export uses QuickTime with H.265, bumping the bitrate to 12,000 kbps and selecting 10-bit if possible. Giving the platform more quality data by a higher bitrate and H.265 usually results in far less aggressive smoothing. I then upload both files to a private test channel and screen record the playback directly on my phone screen. Back in the editor, I stack those 2 phone recordings side by side so the difference becomes obvious. The standard H.264 file looks noticeably softer, with skin textures disappearing and highlights feeling washed out. In contrast, the H.265 version keeps much more micro detail, allowing tiny reflections to remain sharp. This is where the automation tool saves hours. I rarely hand edit every short from a long recording anymore. The software automatically finds high engagement spikes and generates dozens of vertical ready clips in minutes. I pick the best candidates, apply my quick sharpen pass, and render using those optimal H.265 settings. For creators skipping the manual editor, the tool's exports are already optimized for vertical platforms straight away. Another upgrade is using the built-in auto-schedule and content calendar to queue and publish all those clips automatically. This frees me up to focus on long-form content instead of constantly babysitting the upload process. To summarize the flow, Vizard finds moments, apply a light sharpen, export H.265, high bitrate, and use the calendar. You will notice significantly more retained texture in faces and a generally cleaner, higher quality looking feed. Thanks for watching. If you found this useful, hit like, subscribe, and comment which vertical platform you focus on most. I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye!